Hello, Happy New Year, Happy 2018, and I hope this year is going to be just great for you. I thought I would start the year with some positive vibes, so my monthly favourites video, because that shares a lot of love around. And I hope that you had a great holiday. I hope that you did have a holiday. I did. I was in New Zealand for a lot of that time, and if you follow me on Facebook, you would have seen a lot of the photos and some videos. You should go and follow me on Facebook. The link will be below, because there you get extra stuff that you don't see just on this channel. So I didn't do a monthly favourites in December. That was just a really busy month for me. I guess December is a busy month for everybody. But January's here and it's time to share. So normally I do only YouTube channels. So my monthly favourites is just YouTube channels. This time I'm going to go a little bit off script, and I will share some things that are not strictly YouTube channels. I think it's fun to mix it up. There are lots of things in my life that are favourite things, and this stops it getting boring, I think. So normally I would give you a channel in the category of humour, lifestyle, health, art, big ideas, originals, and ASMR. But I can't always find a channel in each of those categories that I think is like definitely a favourite for me. Not that there is any shortage of channels on YouTube, but I just want to make sure that everything that I mention here is something I really like. So this month, instead of the art category, I'm going to show you something that I think is artistic. So I'm going to start there. So for this month, for art, I'm going to show you some items. They are the earrings that I'm currently wearing. So these are sterling silver earrings with pearls in them, and they are basically in the form of like a crow's foot or a bird's foot holding the pearl. And they're handmade, and they were a gift to me, a Christmas gift, and I just thought that they were just so incredibly perfect and so well chosen for someone like me who, you know, I like things that are a little bit wrong and weird, and you know, I think having jewellery that has like a really kind of what might be not considered traditionally attractive bird's foot claw on it, but with something so traditionally elegant as a pearl, is a really appropriate combination to my personality, I think. Elegant but completely wrong. So I found out who the artist was, and her name is Jane Dodd. So these were called the eagle egg earrings. This is the little card that came in the jewellery box. So I guess what I'm recommending this month, or monthly favourites, is the artist Jane Dodd. My humour choice this month is a channel called Mad Kids, or they just rebranded as Mad Kids Originals, I think, but I'll put the link below. They are an Australian production company who make comedy, a short like web series, and sometimes even TV pilots or TV series. And they're just absolutely hilarious. They have a bunch of different series. There was one about two guys working together to try and make like a viral video, and so they were like a video production company, but it's told like a reality show, and so like cuts between them, doing a little talking head to the camera about how dissatisfied they are with each other, and then, contrasting that against the way that they behave with each other in the office, and it being very like cut in this extremely like a satire of a reality TV show, and how the conflict between these two idiots was going to ultimately stop them from making any kind of viral video. It's this funny commentary on modern, content creation. They did an amazing short series that actually got picked up by the ABC here, the ABC TV channel, called Dafuck, Dafuq. And Dafuck was about, basically it was a satire of like, the Vice, it's now, multimedia, but originally, an online news outlet. It was satirizing that style of reporter and reporting, that kind of aggressively cool, risk-taking and kind of moralizing, but ultimately like really, really terrible people who will do whatever it takes to try and get the story. And there's just some like really, really wrong, hilarious and like extreme stuff that goes on between these three people trying to make these stories happen for this company called Dafuck. And then they also, Mad Kids just produced a really amazing short web series called Small Town Hackers, which is like a real dark comedy, and it's quite a departure from anything they've done before. So I chewed through the first series really quickly, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in that series. So if you like short form web series humour, definitely check out Mad Kids. And it helps that they're Australian, so I'm supporting local. For health this month, I'm going to recommend yet another yoga channel. I just love my yoga. And this one's a bit different than the last one I recommended, which was Yoga with Tim. This month, I'm recommending Yoga with Kassandra. Now, the reason I'm recommending her is because Yoga with Kassandra is exclusively yin yoga, which is the slower, more gentle yoga in terms of it's not like trying to get a workout, but in yin you hold the poses much longer, so it isn't less intense than other types of yoga, because even though you might be moving very slowly and not necessarily building up a lot of heat or raising your heart rate, you do definitely challenge yourself in trying to hold a pose for longer. So what I like about the yin yoga is it's really good just before bed. I also think she has a really relaxing way of speaking. Not like an ASMR way of speaking, but it's still very calming, I think. So I recommend Yoga with Kassandra. For lifestyle this month, I'm going to recommend a financial advisor channel. This is another Australian one. It's a channel called Sugar Mama, and it's run by a young Australian woman, young like she's about my age, early 30s, and she's a single mother with a child, and she is a very successful financial advisor, and she shares practical advice about being better with money from the perspective of someone who is young, who does have challenges of being a single mother, who does want to be able to buy nice expensive things and makeup and clothes and hair, but who also wants to have her priorities straight, have a house, have good investments, and who also wants to have a really positive attitude towards money and towards manifesting wealth and good things into her life. And so she combines really practical advice with a sort of philosophical approach. She also seems quite real, she's honest. She shares with you how these things work in her own life and how she applies her own advice. And I think, being financially independent and financially savvy is really important for everyone. So I love her approach, I love her advice. She's like your older sister who sits you down and tells you all about money. And I love managing my own money, so I know that's a bit boring and weird, but I don't know, I guess there are some really weird practical things that I really like doing that other people don't like doing, and I just really like this financial advice channel. So Sugar Mama. Okay, my big ideas this month is a little different. I accidentally ran across this channel. I can't remember how, and it's a bit weird, but it's called The Ultimate Fashion History. And it's purely like a voiceover with lots of visuals. And it's this academic who obviously knows a lot about fashion throughout every period of history, and for men and for women, and for different applications, battle and combat, practical everyday life, aristocracy, the normal everyday person. And if you're interested in what were people wearing in the Tudor period, what were they wearing in the Regency period, this channel's got it all. And they're most of the videos are kind of short, but then they're collected into playlists, so you can follow through history bit by bit, video by video. They're accompanied by almost like PowerPoint presentations. They're just, just 2D images that come up on the screen and show you. I found it really fascinating, and I think the history of fashion is so educational when it intersects with, culture. So clothes aren't ever just clothes. They say a lot about someone, particularly throughout history. They, indicate social status, activity, wealth, that kind of thing. So, The Ultimate Fashion History. Now, I don't have anyone for the originals category this month. I thought about some things, but I just haven't found something that I think really fits the label of truly original just lately. So if you have any suggestions, let me know, but I will continue my pursuit of something a bit weird and original. So we're going to move on to my ASMR recommendation for this month, and that is Sasha ASMR. Sasha is a friend to this channel. I've spoken to her before, but I'm not recommending her just because I like her. I love her channel, and I found her because I liked her channel, and she has such a beautiful energy on her channel. She's so calm, such a kind of naturally calm person, I think. She has an extraordinary, very lilting, beautiful voice. With a Ukrainian accent or Russian accent. She speaks both. She's extraordinarily pretty. She's very positive. She likes to share, things in her life like diet and exercise and routine, but then she also does role plays, and she also does sounds, and she can be really creative sometimes, like doing kind of green screen effects and in-camera effects to make a role play really sing. Like for example, early on in her channel she did like a role play of a therapist's office, but she was treating Marilyn Monroe, and it's just so creative, and I love it, and I love the extra work that went into that. but at the same time, I guess ASMR isn't going to trigger you unless the sound quality is right, and her voice is just spectacular. Clearly I have a preference for people with Slavic accents, because I think the last few people I have recommended were Russian or Ukrainian. What does that say about me? I don't know. But if you haven't seen Sasha ASMR already, you definitely need to go and check her out. You are going to have such a good sleep tonight. So, that's my January favourites, as always. If you have a YouTube channel or some kind of, I guess, content maker who you would recommend to me, please do. Also, tell me, how was your holiday? How was your New Year? How was your Christmas, if you celebrated, or whatever it was that you celebrated? Tell me all about it. And yeah, please come and find me on Facebook for extra stuff that you don't see here. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you next month.